Hello and welcome to Morris Park. And as you see by my snow-covered yucca here, this is a variegated yucca. I'm not sure exactly of the variety or species, but it takes this snow rather well. But as you see, we're having quite a snow here. Eastern red cedar, it's all covered, and you can see it's just coming down. Anyhow, we'll take a little walk here. Everything is getting pretty well covered up, as you can see here. It's been snowing since about noon or so today. And it's supposed to go to about 9 o'clock tonight, so we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches, and I think the 1 inch is about there already, so I'd say we're going to get a whole lot more. This is our dog Diesel, and he's out in the snow today. He kind of enjoys the snow. Sometimes I think he likes the snow a bit better than he likes the hot of the summer. He's actually got a heated doghouse over on the other side of his place here, his little yard, so he does okay. Here's one of our redbud trees all covered in snow. Eastern red cedar. This is a tulip magnolia, believe it or not, covered in snow. You see it's really coming down. There's our little windmill here, just going 90 to nothing. We're getting a pretty good wind here, and it is very cold. You can see the snow has covered up my little punches here. The last time I showed you, they were covered in ice, and now they're getting pretty well buried up in the snow. It's an Opuntia imbricata, staghorn cholla, otherwise known. And it will take these temperatures. You can kind of see the stems are kind of turning purple. They're stress colors. As well as the Opuntias, if you get on the sides here, where the snow hasn't buried them, they're turning kind of this purple color. And that's normal, but they will survive and do quite well. Some of our native yuccas down here getting covered up in the snow. Let's go see what's in the greenhouse. Now here in the greenhouse, things are still looking pretty good. As you can see, everybody's kind of in their dry state. Some of the leaves coming off my euphorbias from being so dry. This is the Euphorbia abyssinica crest. It's losing some of its leaves right now. Most everybody here doing pretty good. Muriai's looking pretty shriveled up. But we're expecting some really cold weather coming in. So I'm not going to water anybody, even if they're looking a little shriveled. I'm just going to kind of leave things alone to make sure we don't get any freeze damage, because if these remain dry and it drops down a little too cold in here, that dry will help them out and they won't have to worry about freezing so much. Some of the succulents still growing here pretty good. And my Euphorbia milei is lost most of its leaves, but as you can see, still got some flower buds coming out though. Speaking of flower buds, my Haniana Mammillaria Haniana is still got flower buds ready to bloom. It's been blooming most of the winter actually, but still has some flower buds and a little seed pod there sticking out. But very persistent, still wants to bloom. Everybody's doing pretty good. Now up here, you'll see how I've let some of them dry down. Some of these are like half their actual size. You can see this Gymnocalcium damsii is very shriveled up. But come spring, I'll start giving these some water and they'll puff right back out and start growing again. I know that looks a little drastic, but I've got a pharaoh cactus right there, looking about the same, kind of shriveled looking, kind of soft. This mammillaria's shrunk down quite a bit. But all in all, things are still doing pretty good. I've got a large lemon here on my big ponderosa lemon tree. It's coming out. It didn't do real well this year. I think it needs some replanting. It didn't produce a lot of lemons. So I think I'm going to have to do some replanting this spring. The tree actually, every couple of years, needs to be pulled out of the pot. And as you can see, how the trunk kind of leans over. It's going to need to be straightened back up again. And have some more soil added to it and refreshed. And this will get this tree back going again. It's going to need a little bit of soil, I believe. Monodenium heteropodum still is getting some flower buds on it. This is pretty normal for this kind of time of year, for them to get flower buds and start blooming, actually, even without the leaves and stuff. As you see, all the leaves have kind of dried off because, as I said, I've just let them dry up. But it is going to flower. Now, these monodeniums up here, the Guntheri and the Lugarde, haven't got any flowers on them right now. They're still just in their dry state and just kind of hanging out. I'd say when I first start watering them, come spring, they'll start doing something. Now, I do notice on that Lugarde up there, you can see what looks to be maybe a flower coming up on that one, maybe. But all in all, still in its dry state. Here's another example right here of how they get real dry. This Opuntia microdaisies is pretty shriveled up. And some of you might say, my God, it looks like it's dying. It's not dying. It's going to be just fine. And it'll come out of that this spring. When I start giving it some water, it'll come right out of that. And it'll be just fine. Along with most of the other plants in here. You notice my Opuntia basilaris is kind of wilted over and stuff. Same deal. It'll come out of it. Most of you probably have aloes that are blooming and so forth right now if you live in warmer places and actually growing. Since I keep mine so dry here in the greenhouse, I don't have any blooming or anything going on right now. But the first part of spring, when I start to water, they'll pop right back to life. And they'll get some flowers on them then. And then toward the hotter part of the summer, they'll just kind of go into their summer dormancy. But for the winter right now, I'm keeping them all pretty dry. And that way they don't get too crazy as far as freezing or anything like that. You won't see any blooming out of the aloes. As you see, these kind of have some of their stress colors for the winter. This is aloe purple people eater, and it's showing kind of its purple colors because of the coolness in here and because it's so dry. And this one is an unidentified one I received from my friend and co-worker, Mr. Matt Talley. And it's doing real well. I don't know the name. He didn't either. But it's doing well, and it has a little bit of its colors there on the edges. Also the Christmas sleigh, same. And all of them, their leaves are kind of flattened out a bit because they're so dry. This is the aloe snowstorm that I got from Anna of Cactus Caffeine. You might want to check Anna's channel out. She's got a great channel. But these, I'm leaving them kind of dry right now. I got them kind of in the fall, and so I didn't want to water them too much. I'm just kind of keeping them. And they're actually faring very well. Even those little leaves over there are dried up, these will come right out of it when I first start watering them up again. Anyhow, that's it for our snowy update. Everything doing very well here in the greenhouse. Not really many problems. I think I had one euphorbia, and I took it in. My euphorbia tortilla started to show a few black spots on it from cold. The rest of them look like they're doing well. No problems as of yet. You'll notice on my Decarii spirosticha, a few little dried up leaves here and there, but that's not serious at all. That's normal. Keep them dry for the winter. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed seeing all the snow today, as you can see out there. This is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you all enjoy the day. Take care.